Dear students, this channel is for practicing PTE modules every day. If you are struggling with PTE reading module, you can purchase a reading course, which may help you to ace your reading score. Contact us on 6367949840, 9588068207.
The first banks were probably the religious temples of the ancient world, and were probably established sometime during the 3rd millennium BC. Banks probably predated the invention of money. Deposits initially consisted of grain, and later other goods including cattle, agricultural implements, and eventually precious metals, such as gold, in the form of easy-to-carry compressed plates. Temples and palaces were the safest places to store gold as they were constantly attended and well built. As sacred places, temples presented an extra deterrent to would-be thieves. Almost all public spaces nowadays have advertisements in sight, and all forms of media, from newspapers to the cinema to the internet, are filled with adverts. This all-pervasive presence reflects the value of advertising to us. Without it, businesses of all types and sizes would struggle to inform potential customers about the products or services they provide, and consumers would be unable to make informed assessments when looking for products to buy and services to use. Without advertising, the promotion of products and practices that contribute to our physical and psychological well-being, medicines to treat minor ailments, insurance schemes to protect us, clothes and cosmetics to make us look and feel better, would be infinitely more problematic than it is. And without advertisements and the aspirations represented in them, the world would be a far duller place. How are these figures, which are both puzzling and shocking, to be explained? The answer seems to lie in our perception of risk and how we modify our behavior. An important concept that has been developed to account for people's handling of risk is the thermostat model. An individual's propensity to take risks is influenced by their own experience and that of others, and this model assumes that the degree to which we take risks varies from one individual to another. The key feature in risk taking is the balancing of perceptions of the risk and the possible rewards, and this balance may be a reflection of an individual's particular type of personality. In general, the more risks an individual takes, the greater will be both the positive and negative rewards. According to the literature, the history of vaccination can be traced back to as early as the 7th century, when the monks in India tried to immunize themselves by drinking snake venom. The first vaccination was inoculation with human smallpox, a practice widely carried out in ancient India, Arabia, and China. This method of vaccination consisted of collecting pus from a patient suffering from mild form of smallpox virus infection and inoculating the sample to a healthy human, which later led to a minor infection. Professor Richard Kimball directed the DES-funded Assessment of Performance Unit research project in design and technology. In 1990 he founded the Technology Education Research Unit (TERU) at Goldsmiths College, University of London, which is now running a wide range of funded research projects in design and technology and IT. He has published widely in the field, including reports commissioned by the Congress of the United States, UNESCO and NATO. He has written and presented television programs and regularly lectures internationally. His latest book, Assessing Technology, International Trends in Curriculum and Assessment, won the International Technology Education Book of the Year Award from the Council for Technology Teacher Education at ITEA in 1999 in Minneapolis, USA. People who visit health professionals tend to be older than the general population because illness increases with age. However, the proportion of the population who visited complementary health therapists was highest between the ages 25 and 64 years. The lower rates for people aged 65 years and over contrasted with the rate of visits to other health professionals, which increased steadily with increasing age. The reasons for this difference might include lower levels of acceptance of complementary therapies by older people. Alternatively, older people may have different treatment priorities than do younger people because their health on average is worse while their incomes are generally lower. We also need to recognize the broader change that is occurring in how people work, learn, and live. Increasingly, we are moving away from a linear relationship between education, training, work, and retirement as people move in and out of jobs, careers, caregiving, study, and leisure. Employers of choice remove the barriers between the different segments of people's lives by creating flexible conditions of work and a range of leave entitlements. They take an individualized approach to workforce planning and development so that the needs of employers and employees can be met simultaneously.